Hey, this is Ryan from 60 Cycle Hum, the Guitar Podcast. Today I'm going to tell you about something near and dear to my heart, guitar wall hangers. I've got a bunch of these around my house. I've bought a bunch of different brands over the years, and I want to show you what kind of qualities are present in good hangers and what kind of qualities are present in bad hangers or in less than good hangers. I've got 4 different brands to show you. I've got Top Stage, Fret Rest, and String Swing all the way down here. And on the other wall, I have a bunch of hangers that are kind of like a cheaper version of a hanger that I have some complaints about. So let's start with the Top Stage. Something that you should look for in every single hanger. Don't ever buy a hanger that doesn't do this. You need a hanger that twists, and it just allows you to accommodate a guitar headstock that has a offset shape quality to it. Obviously, with a Strat headstock, the thumb rest portion right there is lower than this top curve, and you need the hanger to be able to accommodate that difference in the shape. I have seen guitar hangers online and elsewhere that don't twist, and I don't understand it at all. Why do those exist? You need to have a twist. Let's talk about the construction of this thing. I'm going to unwind this to show you its qualities. That's a good amount of thread to go into the holder to hold up your guitar. It's pressed against this plastic holder right here. That means that you can screw this all the way in and have tension against a wider base on the back that makes it more stable and stronger. You're not going to have failure of the guitar hanger in that area because there's so much physical mass holding it up. It is a plastic one. Plastic on this one, I think that actually might be metal. And the string swing is metal as well. Another thing to think about is the soft wrap that is around the arms of the hook. This one has a soft, sticky, kind of surgical rubber style wrap on it, which honestly is a really good option. The fret rest has foam on the edges of it, which is not a great option. And I'll tell you why. Is because if you have nitro lacquer on your guitar neck, nitro can melt into different kinds of foams, and it's honestly just not a risk worth taking. I didn't know that when I bought this hanger and a few other hangers I have around that have foam on them, and when I found that out, I was like, I hope I don't get anything with nitro and forget about it and put it on this hanger, because if you leave it on there for a while, it might cause major issues with your finishing. All right, so let's move down to this fret rest and cover it some more. The fret rest also, nice narrow hook, holds a Telecaster, any other thin style headstock design just fine. The foam is soft. It's not going to damage your guitar unless you have the nitro finish like I was talking about. Really strong and beefy metal beam on this one. That's not going anywhere. And it's a different construction than the Top Stage and the String Swing in that this metal arm is like screwed in through the back of the wood block. So it's really in there. That's not going anywhere. This is just a very firm connection, very strong. I bet I could hang off of this thing and nothing would go wrong. I'm not going to do it, but you know, it's nice to know that it's pretty strong. All these hangers feature a 2-screw construction. I strongly recommend getting anything with a 2-screw construction or a vertical screw construction. Like if it was longer and had 10 screws up and down, that'd be fine. But the point is, you want to get screws, long screws, into the studs in your wall, into wood. You want these connecting into the wood in your wall. They do come with, things to connect them to the drywall, big drywall screws and whatnot. I just don't trust that. In my house, all the studs are a really convenient distance in between each other that allow a really nice spacing of guitars right next to each other. I have no reason to put a hanger in between studs to fit more guitars. It just doesn't make sense. So yeah, get the hangers on wood. You don't want these things falling off the wall, causing damage to your guitar, pulling big holes in the drywall. That's not fun. Let's move down to the String Swing. I'm just going to come out and say it. This is my favorite guitar hanger design so far that I've ever bought, that I've ever owned. I just really like how aggressive and firm the hook is. It's a pretty unique hook design, and every headstock just fits in there super firm. Like, it's not even going to pull out accidentally this way. It is just rock solid in there. It also uses that sticky surgical rubber kind of wrap on it, which I appreciate. We'll unscrew this so you can see the thread on it. Nice long thread, lots of support there. You know what? This is a plastic arm on there. Still plenty of surface area to support the guitar as it hangs against that wooden post. Nice and strong, nice and firm. I have no doubts that this hanger will hold any guitar of any weight indefinitely. Something I really like about the string swing hooks is that the wood they use is very attractive. I have a couple of these around. It's a crapshoot what kind of wood you're going to get each time you order it, but I feel like the wood that they use is a more attractive quality. I feel like the finishing is a little better than those other two options. I think they just look great, and aesthetics go a long way for me, honestly. All right, now for the cheapos. I bought these as a 5-pack off of Amazon because I wanted more hooks and I was feeling cheap, and I was like, how bad could they be, really? I'm going to show you how bad they can be. First of all, these have the foam wrap on them. Like I said, not great if you have nitro guitars. You want to avoid that as much as possible. That's how much thread is holding these hooks on the wall. There's barely anything there. And I can't pull that bolt down and extend it at all. Like, that's unacceptable. I really worry about these hangers, honestly. I need to replace them. 3-screw construction on this thing. You'd think that would be better, more screws, more support. No, because 2 of them are sitting in the drywall and not in the wood stud. And I tried to turn them so that 2 of the screws would be into the wood stud, and because this is such a short thread, it's really dependent on the wall mount being a certain orientation, or you don't get to get it screwed in as much as possible. Like, right there is where it's screwed in as much as possible, level. And right around there is where it needs to be to support a guitar. So it's like I couldn't readjust this to get 2 screws into a stud. It really upsets me. Another thing that frustrates me about these cheapos is that when I got them, they were all super wide. I don't have the Telecaster over here, it's on the other side of the room, but you can see if you don't hang even the Titan, which has a pretty conventional Fender style cut there around the headstock, if you don't get it in there just right, it rests on the tuner. It's so wide it could accidentally rest on the tuner. That's a big problem in my opinion. I fixed that on some of them by crimping them down in a vise in the garage to get them tighter. It's just a really poor design. And the fact that they shipped them so wide, they were all that wide. I have very few guitars that fit correctly into them without modification. And I've got to be really careful with the Titan when I hang it in here that it's at the right angle to hold it. So my recommendation is to not buy cheap no-name wall hangers like I did. Don't skimp. Don't try to save a couple bucks. Get the good ones. Seriously, the string swings are my favorite. I've got a bunch of them around the house, and I have a bunch of the other brands too. And the other brands are fine. Avoid foam, like I was saying, especially if you have nitro guitars. But really, I think string swing has the best design qualities and the best aesthetics overall. All right, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, dislike, leave me rude comments. If you really like what we're doing, support us on Patreon. Every single dollar pledge helps, or go for the big dollars if you want. I'll sing at your wedding, or I'll dance at your wedding, whatever the phrase is. All right, see you guys later.